Right now, running 25K on a random Wednesday is considered easy. Signing up for an Ironman as your first race, it's normal. And if you're not constantly improving, tracking, optimizing, it almost feels like you are doing something wrong. But you're not. This just isn't normal anymore. It looks like motivation, but a lot of the times it's pressure disguised as progress. Easy run, 28 kilometers. Recovery ride, 3 hours. Just for fun, race weekend number 3 this month. And none of that would be a problem if it wasn't presented as the baseline. Because now it's not just about training anymore. It's carbon-plated running shoes, aero helmets, 10,000 euro bikes, custom nutrition strategies, and race calendars packed from April to October. And all of it is framed as, this is just what you do. The carbon shoes, for example. Yes, they work. Studies show that they can improve running economy by 2 to 4%. That's huge if you already have an efficient stride. But if your running economy is still developing, if you haven't built the base yet, then that gain doesn't really show up. So instead of making you run faster, they mostly make you feel faster, which is a really expensive placebo. Same with racing. People are doing multiple half marathons, half Ironmans, sometimes multiple Ironmans in a single year. And we've normalized entry fees of $300, $500, $1,000 before travel, before hotels. That's not just a hobby anymore. It's a lifestyle investment. And none of this is random. Endurance sports grew. It became more visible, more accessible. And then social media adds something new. Because at some point, training stopped being something you do and became something to show. And there's a system behind it. Brands don't just sell products. They sell progression. This will make you faster. This will level you up. This is what serious athletes use. Influencers don't just share experiences. They share what performs. And what performs is improvement, intensity, extremes. Because consistent and balanced doesn't get clicks these days. But first Ironman, new PB, insane training week does. And there is another layer to this. And it has nothing to do with the sport itself. It's how social media actually works. Because these platforms, they reward attention. And attention comes from extremes. Not consistent training over 6 months, not building your aerobic base slowly, but first Ironman, 0 experience. So over time, you're not seeing what's normal, you are seeing what performs. And here's the part most people don't even realize. You're not just following people anymore. You're being fed content based on what keeps you watching. Which means you constantly see faster people, stronger people, more extreme versions of the sport, even if that's not your reality. And obviously, there's a reason why this works. Your brain pays more attention to extremes, to things that are impressive, unusual, or slightly unbelievable. So the more you watch it, the more it feels normal. So if it feels like everyone is training more than you are, racing more than you, progressing faster than you, it's not because that's reality. It's because that's what the system shows you. And this is where it gets uncomfortable, because it doesn't just stay on your screen. It changes how you think. You don't want to fall behind. You don't want to feel average. So you sign up for more. You push harder. You compare more without even realizing it. But the body doesn't care about trends. Adaptation is slow. Your cardiovascular system improves over months. Your tendons adapt even slower than your muscles. There's something called the acute to chronic workload ratio. That's a mouthful. In simple terms, if what you're doing right now is way higher than what your body is used to, your injury risk spikes. And no shoe, no bike, no supplement can override that. And I have felt this too, looking at other people's training and thinking I should be doing more volume, more intensity, more races. But then I zoom out. A full-time job, a kid to raise, a house to build. And suddenly it's not the same playing field anymore. And maybe that is the real issue. We're not just comparing performance, we are comparing lives. and pretending they're equal when they're not even close. So what do you do with that? You don't stop caring. You don't stop improving. You just stop outsourcing your standard. Train for your life, not for content, not for comparison. Choose races intentionally. And maybe don't let the internet decide what is normal. So keep celebrating life, and I'll see you in the next one.